welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. It's West Ham versus Manchester United preview. Plenty to discuss in today's video, so you get involved in the comments below. First of all, how are you feeling and what do you expect coming out of this West Ham game?
Well, how am I feeling first? I've actually not got over that Brighton game. The performance and that put a proper downer on me.
I can sense it in the tone of your voice.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah,
I can sense it.
I know. Many of you out there feel the same way as I do. But no, I feel going into this West Ham game, they've got to do it. And I hate to say it, but it's a massive game. It's a relegation fight for West Ham. Man United really should be comfortable for the top 4 spot, Champions League place. But this West Ham, they're not out of the relegation fight. They've got to get points. They've got a European competition on Thursday.
Conference.
And I think when you look at West Ham, for instance, I think that competition has moved them off what really the prize is, and the prize is the Premier League. And I think they've been pretty complacent after these European games. I think everything is for this semi, for the final. They're expecting it to win. And they've had some poor performances in the Premier League. But I look at them against City the other night. I thought they played excellent against, obviously, a top side.
They had a few missing as well, didn't they, for a sickness bug? We're expecting the same few players to be missing again against United.
Yeah, I expect them to play well because they do play well against United at the London Stadium. But I think Moyes has got a problem here. All their eggs are in one basket here, and it's trying to get that trophy, a European trophy. For West Ham, it's massive. So I think he might tinker with the team. I don't think, you say there's been a few illnesses. I think he might tinker with the team, which might go in the favour of Man United, might help United. United do need a boost. The bounce back, as they say, is it here? Are we capable of it? Of course we're capable of it. It's just getting that start, getting the right start, and I go once again and get your chances and put them away. That's the most deflating thing, what I take away from Thursday night and continually all season. And we have to do it now. Can't slip up here.
The thing is, though, you look at the Spurs away game recently, we took a couple of chances in that first half, ended up at half-time 2-0 up, but come out a totally different team, similar to the way we played at Brighton as well. It's just that we didn't stick any chances away in that game.
No, didn't stick the chances away. Come out, poor attitude, poor effort, poor energy, poor team running, poor communication. And we go back to in-game management. There doesn't seem to be anything there, and it needs to change. This is 4 or 5 games we've got. We need to put everything on the line. The bodies need to be on the line. And I think Ten Hag's got a big problem here, picking a starting 11. Who does he start up front? I think the back 4 speaks for itself. I'm not too worried about the back 4, to be honest with you. It's just the midfield and the forwards.
Do you not think we looked a little bit too open, though, in that second half against Brighton? In the midfield area, where it looked like Casemiro at times was just getting overloaded, and you're seeing that tackle from him. I think it was around about the 65th minute where he could have got a second yellow card, and it looked like it was born out of a frustration from Casemiro that he was constantly having to do things on his own.
Constantly doing that, Bruno, but we're constantly... Casemiro, Bruno, lots of players failing in the second half. It's a recurring theme, which will be sorted in the summer. But they have to be on the ball with them, and they cannot. Brighton, Tottenham, your Liverpool, Brentford away. There's many games I can point out where they just sit back, and I said it after the Brighton game. I think sometimes United just sit back in the second half, hoping to contain and then get that goal as though they're good enough. Can't do it. Can't do it against West Ham. West Ham will come at you all game. And with the games over the weekend and next week, West Ham need the 3 points. It's not a point they need. They need to be clear, and then they've got a clear chance of going for that Europa Conference League trophy, which I say is their priority, but has also been their downfall. So I'm not sure how this is going to go, really. And it's down to Ten Hag to get the right mentality and the right starting 11. But not hesitate in bringing people off, regardless of who they are, if they're not putting it in. He needs to bring players off if they're not putting it in, and quickly, and change it.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely vital. I totally agree with the substitutions. They need to be spot on.
Yeah.
If you see any energy levels dropping, even if it's in the first half time, just make the change.
Yes.
But a player that I was actually surprised about not starting against Brighton in that midfield was Eriksen. So do you think he was maybe saving him for this West Ham game away?
I think maybe he is. He dropped a few players before the Brighton game. They came straight back in. So I think with Eriksen, maybe too many games for Eriksen. A rest here and a rest there doesn't do him any.
He's only just recently come back from an injury as well.
I know, so it's
still trying to get up to form.
Yeah, he's managing him. So I expect Eriksen to come in, and he'll have a tough game. He'll have a tough game out there. So he needs to be up right on it and get them balls. And actually, I think Eriksen needs to improve with free kicks, with set pieces. That, to me, is a proper bugbear. And we do not capitalise on any of that. When some teams, actually, that's one of their main things.
They play to the strengths of that.
Playing for the strengths, getting creating the chances and putting the ball away. We don't seem to do it. And I'll tell you something, I might actually scream at the telly, throw something at it, right? If we don't do anything with a corner. I am sick to death of that as well. So, big improvement needed by Man United, up there and down there as well.
I'm going to make sure I'm not going to watch the game near you.
No.
I'll watch it on another teller, so mine's not broke. Garnacho, been a long time coming. He's been out injured. He's been saying in his press conference that he could be ready to actually join the squad. How much of a lift would that give, do you think, if he got some minutes against West Ham?
I think he'll get 45 minutes, whether that's the first 45 or the second 45. I think he's needed.
That's particular, that though, 45. So he's only going to play one half.
He's been out. You've got to remember that. I think he'll play 45 minutes. Give him a good run. 45 minutes will be a good run for him. We need him because he's unpredictable, and that's something we're not seeing in the Manchester United team at the moment. Unpredictability, and that's what you need. And he's a great player, and he's going to be fantastic going forward. But he has to manage him as well, so he might get 45 minutes.
Yeah, I expect, to be honest with you, it'd be Rashford on the left, Martial up top with Anthony on the right again. And I would be happy to see Garnacho come on for the last 20 minutes, no matter what the score is, just to get 20 minutes under his belt. I think it's imperative for him to get match fit, looking towards that FA Cup final against Manchester City, because I'd love to see Garnacho start in that. And I think he's got the temperament, the ability to actually showcase it and take it on himself on that left-hand side. So hopefully he can manage him over the next few weeks really well. Get Varane back as well in the next few weeks. So we'll look a lot stronger going into that game. But in regards to this one, Manchester United in town with West Ham, their fans are going to be well up for it. And it's something that the Man United players are going to have to take on the crowd. And it'll be interesting to see the mentality and how they do that.
Yeah, well, obviously West Ham, they're always up for the Man United visit. They just hate Man United. They always want to beat them. The fans are the same, do you know what I mean? Just despise Man United. But then again, it goes back to West Ham. We despise you as well. But I look at this game here, and I am worried, right, with the energy levels of the forward line. I think they've got to vastly improve, right, to keep West Ham at bay. They have to put the ball in the net, and they have to have 90 minutes in them. And I think, looking at the Brighton game, it was like they were coming to the end of the energy levels, right? And also the concentration. They were doing other things and not working together against Brighton. And the same happened in the second half at Tottenham. So they have to vastly improve. We know there's going to be big changes in the summer, and that forward line is the major problem, not putting the ball in the net, and it's got to be done.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think that's just the problem as well. Obviously, I know we need goals, and there's been a lack of him, apart from really Marcus Rashford, who has been chipping in with some great goals this season. But I also think the work rate, the pressing, the energy levels from the front three as well has not been good enough, and it's been inviting pressure on in let's say the second half of games, and that's why we've come under pressure and leak goals in the second half as well.
I'll say this before I go, right? You take the pressure off the midfield and the back four and the goalkeeper if you put the ball in the net regular when you get the chances. And United invite pressure because they're not putting the ball away. They're not killing games. And that is how I see it. Pressure will be relieved if you put the ball in the net and the opportunities are there and they're not doing it, which then creates uncertainty, and pressure builds and builds and builds. And that's what's been happening with Man United playing away.
Yeah, as the saying goes, best form of defence is attack.
Cool.
Put pressure on him, high up the pitch, and bag a few goals, builds confidence within the team as well. And yeah, I think we'll finish it on that note. I think we'll just give a brief overview of the West Ham versus Manchester United game. Let us know, obviously, what you think in the comments below. We do these videos to get you involved, get your opinions out there. Love reading all your comments. And if you've enjoyed today's video, please smash a like. Really helps the channel support it. And subscribe if you've not already done so. And yeah, we will be back straight after the game with a match reaction. And I'm not going to say hopefully, with the 3 points. Come on, United.
Come on.